Hello, fellow adventurers and collectors. Filmaholic here. In today's episode, we're going to be looking at my Land Rover collection. Now, this was a rabbit hole that I didn't anticipate going down, but of course, me being me, after I got my first discovery, it kind of snowballed from there. And unfortunately, it's not even sticking to Land Rover at this point. Usually, I was sticking to SUVs and whatnot, but now it's fair game, whatever I find cool. But for the most part, something I am consistent with is sticking to the Land Rovers that I find. And that's another thing that I set for myself as well. When it comes to these little diecast cars or trinkets or what have you, I try to limit it to things that I could find locally. I don't try to buy them online. And I've been pretty consistent with that. Of course, for the higher end pieces, I break that rule, but that's, here and there. It's not something that's done every day. So fortunately for me, I've been able to find all of these at the stores and have paid retail for all of them. So it's been nice to actually go hunting, so to speak, because 1/6 scale isn't in the stores anymore. So this is a good alternative for me. Now, of course, everyone's familiar with Matchbox Hot Wheels, but these are actually pullback cars. And I believe they're made by Kinsmart or something like that. But typically I find these at drugstores, actually a furniture place. I had them at one point, but yeah, I pretty much got all the colors that they released, and I don't think there's any more, but it's interesting to see that which versions get made into these little vehicles, whether it's the 90, the 110, and what have you. But that being said, that isn't the only pullback brand out there. There's also this one called Willys, I believe. But something that I've noticed, and something you're obviously saying as well, is that the scale isn't always perfect. But again, for little display pieces like this, it just doesn't matter to me. With that being said, if they were all true scale, they'd be all over the place, and I don't think they would look as well together. So I don't really care about that. And again, just sticking to Land Rovers because that's what I like. And not even sticking to Defenders, I got a Range Rover here as well, which is clearly in a smaller scale. But I'm not too sure who made that one. That's one that I found at a furniture store of all places. But yeah, again, getting into this type of hobby is nice because, I don't really go hunting these days, at least out in stores, because I don't collect 6-inch, or try not to collect 6-inch. And, try to limit the collection these days. And these are a more recent addition. I found these at a Walgreens and Party City of all places, but unfortunately that last one is coming to a close, so I gotta find a new place to find these. But I've only found these two colorways. I don't know if there's a different one out there, but again, it's not even something that I look into. It's just kind of like if I go to the store, take a look at the toy aisle, and I see something new or interesting, I'll pick it up. The exception being for Hot Wheels and Matchbox. I kind of get those on my Instagram feed, so I kind of am familiar with what's coming out. And this footage is already out of date because I found two more, a Hot Wheels and a Matchbox, that are new to the collection. But here you can see all the pullback vehicles. And something I didn't mention in regards to the yellow and green one on the left, they kind of look weird. The window in the back is just a little bit longer than normal. It almost looks like they combined the 130 with the 110, and of course, the only person that's going to notice that is someone like me, so I don't think anyone else buying it is really going to care. But yeah. That being said, one of my favorite pieces is the Defender Icon model that I have. And fortunately for me, I was able to find another one at a great price. And it happened to be in a more traditional colorway, I would say. Like if you think of the new Defender, you often see this one. Although I don't see it too often driving around, but that's neither here nor there. But again, beautiful pieces, and I'm glad to have another one in my collection. I'd like to get more, but not looking to pay $80 a piece, so I kind of wait for deals to pop up. And sure enough, I found another one. So I think there's a black one out there, there's a white one, there's also a more traditional green one. But again, not something that I'm actively hunting. If I just am bored one night, I kind of look online and see what I could find, and that's kind of what happened here. And again, I haven't learned too much information behind them, but it's a great piece. Definitely wish that more manufacturers kind of did this kind of thing. Shoot, I would go for more of a Range Rover look too, but don't need any more reasons to get more stuff, to be honest with you. But I do know they have a more classic one that I'm tempted to buy, but they don't sell them here. They only sell them in the UK. So I'm tempted. I'm really tempted to buy it, but I don't necessarily need it. So, of course, something if you're familiar with the channel, you have seen plenty of is the Range Rover that is from Cindy. And this is a project that I've slowly been working on. It's been at a bit of a hiatus right now, because I'm basically, the only thing I want to do is essentially raise it up a little bit more, but I'm not too sure how to do that first off, but also I don't know if I want to increase the wheel size for that. But as of right now, it's perfectly serviceable. Nothing really too extravagant I want to do with it, as my main thing is I want to keep the toy silhouette of it. I don't want to draw too much away from that. So now the main reason I made this video is because I got this. And another thing, if you've been a viewer of the channel, you know my white whale is the 1/6 scale Discovery that is released by some bootleg company, but my goodness, I did not know this existed. It's a new bright 1/6 scale Discovery. Unfortunately, didn't arrive in the best condition, and despite the way the seller packaged the thing, it was shattered. The chassis was destroyed, and even the body is a bit messed up from the way it was shipped. So I did what I could to save the body, and this is what I'm left with essentially. Would I have liked to have paid less? Absolutely, especially just for the body. But again, this is something you don't necessarily come across too often, so I'm glad that I got it. You know, it was a tough pill to swallow, but it was definitely one I wanted for my collection. So I have yet another vehicle project to work on. Not sure how I'm going to go about it. Ideally, I just want to make it a prop, a rolling prop. It'll be good for photography and what have you, but how I'm going to do that, I have no clue. I apologize if I'm a bit talky fast or sound weird. I have something going on with my throat, but regardless, that has been a look at my Land Rover collection. And like everything else that I collect, it just isn't stuck to one thing. I branched out into fucking 10 different avenues, but that's just how the way it goes. I hope you found an interest in this, and anyone that collects diecast cars, I hope that I didn't do anything too atrocious to convey your hobby. But for me, it's just a nice little side thing that I do, especially not having anything to collect or actively search for at stores or what have you. So yeah, if you collect diecasts, what do you collect? Is it a certain vehicle, model, what have you? I'm curious to know. So with that said, I thank you all for watching, and if you feel so inclined, please like, comment, and or subscribe. I'd very much appreciate it. And I'll catch you all next time.